Hi guys. So I had a question put to me. I think it was yesterday or today. Someone on the channel had asked me on this. I don't know if I'm saying it right. How do you know that you're being attacked? I think that was the question that they asked. So attacks come in different forms. So I sometimes get pains in my body. And the pains that I get in my body will direct me to the direction that the spell is trying to come from. Because with me, most of the time, the weapons form, but they never prosper. So I get the sense that someone's doing something to me by the pains on my body. It could be in my arm, it could be in my leg, it could be even my chest. I got one in my chest when I realized that this is going to be covered again later on, that they were trying to kill me. But when we get to that, it will make more sense. I had a really sharp pain in my chest and I knew something was up. I knew that something, yeah, it wasn't even just the pain in my chest. All the lights in my bedroom just stopped working. There were sounds in the room, so I knew that I was being attacked. So there's things that happen that I don't know if anybody really notices. Sometimes they make excuses and be like, I don't know, it's pipes in the ceiling and stuff like that. But if this is like 2 o'clock in the morning and you know that there's nothing on and you can hear that there's creaking in your ceiling in the Pacific place as well, yeah, it's normally an attack. Another attack will be paralysis. They come with that when they're really trying to hold you down. My kids get headaches a lot. I've had headaches, and I had headaches with a person being right next to me and I knew who it was, but I had to show them how I get rid of it, which I would. Sometimes you can't find the strength because actually it could take energy from you. But I'll sit there and just play the Bible in the background, Psalms in particular. And then when I feel stronger, then I'll start saying it. And then you find that it actually goes away after a while. Other signs would be things just going wrong in your life. Like all of a sudden, you could be a really happy person, which I am. And then you'll just feel really, really depressed and really down. That could be an attack. Most of the time, for me, it is. Arguments in my household is another sign when we're being attacked. Like we start arguing a lot. So there's so many signs. It's just knowing what it is and when it is, because not everything can be the sign, but you can tell when that happens and then something else happens. Like even sometimes for me, my clothes rip. I'll go around someone and then all of a sudden my clothes just rip. That's a sign as well. Things in my household start breaking. I will go through like glasses, plates just breaking for no reason. And you don't normally have that problem, but all of a sudden you do. That's another one. There's just so many, and God's just opened my eyes so I can see what the signs are, to tell you the truth, and I know when it's happening. What's another one? There's one that people aren't very aware of, but I am. Your eyes twitching. Your right side's normally the blessed side, and the left side is normally your bad side. And when I was growing up, my eyes used to twitch a lot. I didn't know what it meant. It doesn't actually twitch as much as it used to, but I now know what it means. So yeah, there's many ways. There's your finances. When you're being attacked with your finances, all of a sudden, like bills, debts just come out of nowhere. You might even start acting a little bit reckless with your own money where you're normally quite good. It's like money just goes through your hands. It just becomes like water, where it just goes, where it doesn't make any sense, where you were fine before. I personally was very, very good with money, especially when I was growing up. And I find for the last, I don't know, 20 years, I haven't really been able to retain money. And when I have, it's like as soon as I've been seen to have money, it they try it again. But God is just so good for me, because I know that everything I've been going through has been a learning curve and training with God. He always makes sure I have what I need. So it's never really bothered me about the money situation, because if I have food in my home, and if I have a home and I have water and I have all the necessary things, I'm not that bothered. But yeah, that's how you know when you're being attacked. Things just change. I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but I always had a vision of how my life would be. And I think sometimes we need to see our future before it can become, if that makes any sense. And this is not what I envisioned for myself at all. And even the way my life started, it was really great, and then it just went downhill. So it's just a case of someone decided that I couldn't have better than them. So it was like, yeah, let's just change that, and that's how you see an attack. They really do come in there and they muddle in your life, and they change you as a person. Now, if you know who you are as a person, you'll know that it's not you. You'll know that this is not meant to be. And you can fight against that, and you can pray against that. And also with every spiritual attack as well, you really need to pray on it. Another way they attack you is when you pray. Like your pray life might actually go downhill. You might not feel like praying. That is a spiritual attack, because if you're not praying, you're not getting help. The Holy Spirit can't help you. God can't help you. They can't use you. And that's the biggest way of knowing, like, especially if you're a prayer warrior, and especially if your prayers are truly strong and you can intercede for other people, they come for you. They will come for you. They will make you quiet, and you will just think, I don't feel like it. But it's an attack. It's really an attack. And another way of finding out if they're attacking you, because these things are going to be covered later on, but because of the question was asked, I'm going to put it forward now. They come to you in your dreams. Yeah. If they can't get you in this life, like real time, they'll come to you in your dreams. They will come and give you a spiritual spouse. They will try and sleep with you so that they can control you. And some people are just like, oh, I'm having a sexual dream. Like, no, it's an actual spirit humping on you. And I'm not too keen on that, to tell you the truth. And sometimes they might put a woman, but it could actually be a succubus, an incubus, or a man if you're a man, or vice versa. Like, what you see in your dream when that's happening is not really what's happening, but it's happening, if that makes any sense. You are actually having sexual intercourse, but it might not be with who you think it is. That's the worst bit about that. And then sometimes they try to feed you so you can come into agreement in your dreams. Feeding you means that they are trying to get you to come into covenant with them. And the chances are, okay, I'm just being polite when I say the chances are, they're feeding you blood. So whatever you're eating is blood. It's not food that you are seeing, or even if you think you're drinking something, it's blood. And it's their way of getting you to come into agreement in your sleep unconsciously. And all I would say about that is, guys, this is the bit where prayer life becomes powerful in your dreams. If you have a good prayer life, if you are one with God, and I mean like completely one with God, they actually can't attack you like they intend to in your sleep. So one thing I've noticed, when my prayer life is on game and I'm being obedient in every avenue, they can't attack me. They will try, but they can't. So these are the ways that they come at you when it comes to attacking you. So yeah. But on another topic, before I put out my last recording of what I have learned so far, what I have learned so far with my mum as well is these people need to have like a constant contact with you. My mum would phone me every single day. Not much to say, but she would phone me every single day. Which now looking back in hindsight, it is weird considering she doesn't like me, one, and two, we did not have a good relationship. But she would phone me every day. It was like she wanted to know if the spells were working, one, and what was going on in my life, two, so that she can change it. And when she stopped phoning me, because we obviously stopped talking when I decided that I don't want to be a part of a witch's life, my best friend that died started phoning me every day, which didn't seem so abnormal because we would speak quite often, but it became every day that this girl would phone me. She too was doing the same thing. She was checking to see if all the spells were working, and also to see what she could change, because obviously when you're on the phone to someone all the time, what happens is you talk about what you're about to do, you talk about your plans, you know, like if something's upset you. And yeah, that is something that they do quite often. Yeah, there's going to be another recording that I'm going to put out same time as this, and it should be the last one from what I have learnt so far, because we need to get on with the story, because there's some important points that I actually need to get to help those that may need it. But okay guys, God loves you and so do I. God bless.